Hi there and welcome back to Dragonfall. I'm Baron and we should meet Altuk Burak Gazi, and he's probably in here, so we will go in here too. Kaffee Ketzfer, whatever that may mean, I don't know. It's not German. Jan Goldschmidt, that's German. Talk to me. Talk to me? No? Look at that. The special today is a caramel soy calf. Fine. I can't talk to you. Then I talk to you. Uh-huh. Is the game fucking with me? What do you want me to do? Meet with Altuk Burkatsi. That's him. I'm clicking on it. Nothing happens. Oh, for fuck's sake. I don't believe this. Let's try again. Okay, I reloaded and now it works. Altuk Buragazi. The man behind the counter looks right past you and at the dog following close behind. Dante, I will fetch his water dish. And perhaps a coffee for your friend here? Paul Amsel sends his regard. When he hears Amsel's name, the Turk's voice lowers and his accent becomes less exaggerated. His eyes take on a knowing look. Ah, very good. Please express to Herr Amsel my appreciation of his patronage. If he needs any more catering jobs seen to in the future, I'm always happy to provide. Paul is always pleased to send business your way, Herr Buragazi. He was hoping you could discuss some of the details of his Green Winters orders with me. The coffee shop owner offers you a smile. Of course, Herr Amsel is too kind. Buragazi turns his head and calls into the back room. Kami, come! A young woman bustles in from the back room. Her gum chewing is loud enough to hear over the noise of the coffee grinders. Buragazi spits something out in rapid-fire Turkish. As you wish, uncle. I will see to it right away. Kami offers you a shy grin, snaps her gum and hurries back into the room that she came from. My girl Kami is arranging to make contact with the chef as we speak. That's actually boss. Not your chef in English, the guy who actually does the cooking. This will likely take some time. My chef is a busy man. While we wait, I wonder if you would be so kind as to run a small errand for me. A trifle, really. I hate to trouble you. I'm embarrassed to even ask, but I would be most appreciative of your help. I'm not your errand girl. I do a job I get paid. He smiles big. The Turkish vendor again. You are already being compensated, most masterful of mercenaries. Do you not recall? Kami is fetching your information for you. Returning the favor would be the courteous thing to do. Ah, my time is a valuable commodity, my friend. I'm sure a businessman like you can understand that. Oh, yes, of course I can. Buragazi rummages through his pockets and fishes out a crumpled 100 million bill. He thrusts you. How do I get that on my stick? It's a bill. Do I have to go to a bank? He thrusts the coffee-stained wad of paper into your hands. There, I have been paid. Now, let us get on with it, eh? Altuk's voice lowers to nearly a whisper. The errand is simple, hardly worth of you. I have installed a number of data taps to Berlin's fiber optic network. As part of my civic duty, you understand. These taps provide free magic access for all who live in the Kreuzbazar. In order to maintain their, how do I say it, their anonymity, each tab's protocol's buffer must be reset every few days. I simply wish for you to visit each data tab and reset it. That's it, no catch? There is no catch, I assure you. It's time consuming and a bit tedious, nothing more. Just reset the tabs and come back when you are finished. There should be 3 of them scattered around the neighborhood. The first one is just outside. Look for a metal box with yellow arrows painted atop it. By the time of your return, I should have the information Herr Amsel requested. Fine, can I talk to you now? Hello, my friend. The voice that comes from the man in the chair is as enormous as its owner, a deep, booming roar dripping with unrestrained mirth. A fine day for a Zoikav, yes? Every day is a fine day. From the back of the store, the voice of the shopkeep cuts you off. Don't mind the fool in the chair. He roars like a traumatized walrus, stewing all day in his own sweat. The man behind the bar glares at Goldschmidt, his upper lip curled in disgust. I tolerate him only because he takes his Zoikav by the bucket. Goldschmidt responds with a raucous belly laugh. Apparently he finds the shopkeeper's insults to be hilarious. Ah, Altuk, meine Freundin. Wait. He calls her his girlfriend? You are as quick-witted and sharp-tongued as ever. I bow to you. Or maybe they did it wrong. He should have called her mein Freund. Because, well, he's a guy. If you wouldn't mind... Once again, the shopkeep cuts in. To bow to me, you would first have to vacate your chair. The shopkeep claps his hands together, clasping them in front of his chest. I shall summon a team of determined young men and an ox to assist with the task. With luck, you will be on your feet by nightfall. Goldschmidt smiles up at you, his eyes glittering. Enough of this senseless bickering. You have approached me for a reason, yes? Tell me, what can Jan Goldschmidt do for you? Something bad is going to happen if he doesn't stop interrupting me. Don't mind our dear Altuk. Yes, he's a peevish man, but his ire was not directed at you. Goldschmidt grins up at you from his overstuffed chair. I have the distinction of being the sole target of Altuk's rage and derision. It's a badge that I delight in wearing. Why do you put up with these insults? Do you have any pride? I put up with them because they amuse me. The fact that they amuse me infuriates my dear friend Altuk, who in turn hurls more insults. Goldschmidt raises his Zoikav cup in salute, and thus the cycle continues. It is 2 years now that I have been your customer, yes, Altuk? 2 years of Zoikav and strained patience, yes. And I remain happy, and Altuk makes money, an ideal business relationship. That all sounds perfectly healthy. Take care, Jan. Goldschmidt gives you a deep nod, his jaw is quivering. Until next time, my friend. And we have... What's that? Herbsy? Nerps, the N, you can't quite read the N, but it's supposed to say nerps again. Okay. And what do we get here? Oh. Okay. Fetch quest, well, sort of. We have to hit 3 targets and put a button. That shouldn't be so difficult. Push a button. We can do that. The data's tab protocol buffer is now reset. Amazing. So, well, good thing I did the exploring first, because now I have to run again and look for the other thingies. I guess that's what you get for playing a game blindly. There's another one. Very nice. And the other one's probably up here somewhere. Well, we have our telephone here. Anything new? Walk away. And here's the third one. Come on. As you are resetting the data tab, you notice that someone has duct taped a small homemade receiver to the system. An earplug dangles from the receiver. Put the earplug in your ear. The sound of heavy machinery makes it difficult to hear the words that are being spoken. After a moment, you find you can make out two distinct voices, a nasal woman who sounds like a heavy smoker and a man who speaks in a high-pitched, breathy tone. Just heard, Monica, need to verify. Good for us. Good for us. Continue listening. A sound like a conveyor belt starts. A sound like a conveyor belt starting adds to the noise of machinery, and you can't make out anything else until it comes to a stop a minute later. Think our next step? Isn't ready to make a move yet. To be patient. See who steps up. Could be someone more. More conveyor belts start up. All you can hear is the sound of machinery. We continue listening. Some sort of motorized vehicle starts up, drowning out everything else. A bell rings loudly again and again. It sounds like a telephone. You hear the sound of a door slamming shut, and the noise of machinery is suddenly muffled. There's a rattle of plastic and the ringing stops. The nasal woman's voice can be heard again in a sing-song tone. Guten Tag, that's good day. How may I help you? Her tone changes, becoming more businesslike. I heard. Yes, he knows. I told him it wasn't time to make a move yet. What do you think I am, an idiot? The council needs to meet again. I know, getting everyone in the same room is challenging. Getting them to agree on a course of action is going to be even more challenging. From my perspective, the Kreuzbazaar was only stable because of her. If she really is out of the way, well, we'll see, won't we? Yeah, I know. What can I say? Things go slow in the flux sometimes. Oh shit, somebody killed Monica to destabilize the Kreuzbazaar? You hear the sound of a door opening again, and the cacophony of machinery fills the line. You can't make out anything more. Well, that was interesting. Let's return to Altuk. Where was it? Here? No. Here. Okay, and I'll save again just in case the game decides to fuck with me again. The man behind the counter has a broad smile and open demeanor of a classic Turkish street vendor. Welcome, honored Effendim, welcome, and how can Burkazi serve you today? Would you like a cup of coffee, perhaps? I have finished with your little trifle, Herr Burkazi. Ah, very good. I assume you have had no difficulties? Difficulties? No. One of the tabs had been modified a bit, though someone was using it as a surveillance device. He laughs. Of course they were. I would be surprised they weren't. This is Berlin, after all. In the flux, everyone spies. If you do not spy, how will you know who is in power and who will be in power next? If you are to stay here, Effendim, you must get used to it. Who enters the Turkish bath will sweat, as my uncle Taidemer always says. Nevertheless, I shall have one of my people look into it. Wait, there's more. I listened in on the tab and heard something. Might be important. He eyes you closely, amused. Oh, tell me, O listener-eyed Keyhorse, what did you hear on this surveillance tab you found? I couldn't make out much. A nasal woman and a high-pitched man. They seemed pleased Monica was out of the picture. The Turk's face falls. News travels fast in Berlin. These two are known to me. Is there more? The woman got a call. She talked about a council meeting tonight to decide if they should make a move. Then she was drowned out by heavy machinery. He nods grimly. Most excellent. It is indeed fortuitous that you discovered this information, though it is not unexpected. I will have one of my people attend this council meeting and report back. Sounds good. Good. Keep me in the loop. With that out of the way, let us return to our pressing business. He barks a stream of rapid-fire Turkish, and the gum-chewing young woman comes hurrying out to the counter. The menu for Herr Amsel, uncle. Kami hands you a folded piece of paper. Inside is a memory stick. Please extend my consolations to him. The death of Fräulein Schäfer must have hit him hard. Burakatsi gives Kami a small nod and she hurries out of the room. When she is gone, he returns his attention to you. Please express my condolences as well. I only just heard the news. Monica was an important part of this community. He frowns. Few know how important. The memory stick Kami just handed you should contain all the information Amsel requires from our chef in the field. Maybe he is talking about the cook. Should you require my services in the future, you know where to find me. Until then, good day. And now I can't talk to you anymore, because that's how it is. Maybe I would want to buy some soy calf. No. Oh yes. Coffee? As in real coffee, not soy calf? Yes, for individuals of refined taste, I offer genuine bean coffee from my native Turkey. The cafe owner looks you in the eye. The tone of his voice grows low and serious. This is a top shelf item, my friend, and not for general public. Only for those few discerning connoisseurs who can properly appreciate it. I think I'm the sort who can appreciate it. Tell me about the Turkish coffee. It is hand-picked by my family in Turkey, a true delicacy of the 6th world. Wait, coffee was around earlier. This was considered a luxury even before the awakening, when bean coffee was everywhere. Every street corner, they say. Buragazzi leans in close, lowering his voice to a conspirational whisper. Long hours in a shop have perfumed his body with the commingled scents of coffee, incense, and applewood tobacco. Trust me, if your coffee experience has been limited to soy calf, you must not deny yourself this opportunity. You will see God. Alright, you sold me how much? This is a specialty item delivered at some cost. I cannot part with it for less than 50 nuyen a cup. 50 nuyen for a cup of coffee? They're too rich for my blood. As I said, these items are not for everybody. Was there something else that interested you? Just kidding, Tam. I'll be going now. Let's see. Let's save. And buy both. Apparently the Turkish coffee is a mission item and the regular coffee is not. Okay. Well, I think then it's probably good that I've got the Turkish coffee, right? Because, well, maybe I can do something with it later in the game. But the $5 just went down the drain, is it correct? Whatever. So we should return to take the memory stick to Amsel. Who the fuck was Amsel? Was that the Mr. Johnson? The fixer in our little hideout? Nur für Mitarbeiter. Yeah, yes, he was Amsel. Oh, whoa, what's going on? I've got nothing more to say, boss. Let's just get this run taken care of. You can hit me up again later if you wanna talk. What run? This isn't the best of times. Come back later if you want to talk. Anya Juliet Laval, what do you need? Hey Glory, how are you holding up? Don't worry about me, I'm solid. If you say you're good, I trust you. Glory's expression remains neutral, but she grants you a barely perceptible nod. Talk to you later. Suit yourself. Okay, let's talk to you then. What kind of run? Anya Juliet Laval. Amsel peers at you through a battered pair of wire-rimmed glasses. His eyes are bloodshot, his expression grim. Did you get the information about Green Winters? Yes, I spoke to Altuk. He gave me his memory stick. Let us see what his agent has to say. Amsel snatches the memory stick from your hand and slots it into his computer terminal. He navigates a series of command line menus and a wall of amber text floods the screen. Amsel scans it, mouthing the words as his eyes flit back and forth. Buragatsi's agent tailed Green Winters to a hotel in a cesspool of a keys called Drogenkippe. Oh god, that's like... what is a Kippe? A Kippe is a place where you dump a lot of waste, and Drogen means drugs, so it's, yeah, like a drug dumpster. The hotel is called Das Kesselhaus. It is a renovated factory nestled deep in the heart of Drogenkippe. It appears that Winters is holed up there. Recently there was some contention between two gangs over control of this neighborhood. Due to the gang violence, the agent refuses to follow Winter inside the hotel, but he confirms that he is still inside. What are you waiting for? Iker slings a rifle over her shoulder with a single spare motion. Gear up, people, we have a hotel to raid. Gloria and Dietrich pause, exchange looks with Paul. Just a moment, Iker. Amsel raises from his chair, drawing himself to full height. Even so, he has to crane his neck to look her in the eye. You're an excellent soldier and nobody questions your competence in the field. Your loyalty to this team is equally commendable. That said, we believe that Anya Juliet Laval is the right choice to lead the team. There's a long pause before Iger speaks. When she does, her voice comes out dull and flat. What? Don't mistake this decision for a reprimand. Monica considered your contributions to the team to be invaluable, but we all know that she wasn't comfortable putting a soldier in charge. Iger speaks through clenched teeth. Her words are measured, but her expression is livid. This is unbelievable. You want to put the rookie in charge? Again? She shakes her head. Don't you people learn from your mistakes? Anya is the reason we're still alive, Iger. She kept us together. She led us out there in one piece. Making her your number one girl. She sounds tired, resigned, but above all disappointed. This is more of your flux state idiocy at work, isn't it? Dietrich reaches out, puts his hand on her shoulder. It's what Monica believed in. Iger's voice tightens. For a moment her control slips and her face contorts in grief. Yeah, and look where it got her. Iger straightens to a full height. Let me give you a piece of advice. In the field, only two things matter. The mission and survival. Everything else is a distraction. Your ridiculous policies have no place on a Shadowrun. Dietrich manages a smile. What can I say? We're German. We have a history of strong political views. Iger sighs. The tone of resignation returns to her voice. Screw it. Let's put an end to this. I've got the skill and experience to lead this team. Anya, on the other hand, was appointed by Monica as a joke. If you'd rather she'd take the lead, I'll abide by that, but I want to hear each of you say it. Come on, Iger, give it a rest. You stay out of this. She stabs an armored finger into your chest, hard. The moment she raises her hand to you, Dante's ears lay back and he lets out a low growl. Reflexively, she takes a half step back. I think we've heard what Dante has to say. As for my part, Anya saved our lives back there. You may not believe it, but she did. The way I see it, that means I follow her lead a while longer. Glory's voice is uncharacteristically gentle. I trust in Monica's judgment, therefore I trust in Anya's judgment. The discussion is finished, Iga. Amsel speaks softly, but his tone is firm. Anya will take Monica's place as the leader of this team. That's amazing. No, I'm not gonna do that. You know, I'm not sure whether to take this one or this one. I mean, the last part is really a little bit laying it on a little bit thick, but then again, I do want to put a lot of emphasis on keeping this team alive. Just seeing us through doesn't mean that everybody actually comes out alive of it. I'll take this one. Okay, that's a bigger view. She looks from Dietrich to Glory to Amsel, finally down at Dante and sighs. I don't agree with this decision, but I will respect it. She nods again, more decisively this time. Anya takes the lead then. Conversation closed. It's time to move on. We need to focus on chasing down Green Winters. Indeed. I have transferred the information that we received from Altuk to the computer terminal in the next room. It used to be Monica's personal workstation, Anya, now it's yours. Monica kept a variety of notes and dossiers on that machine. I would suggest reviewing her notes when you have the time. Amsel turns his attention away from you and back to his computer screen. Good hunting. I will eagerly await your return. I wouldn't suggest driving to Drogenkippe, the roads aren't safe. Taking the U-Bahn would be faster anyway. Thanks for the tip. The U-Bahn it is. We don't have a car anyway. Oh yeah, we had a van. Where's the van? Iga nods, then turns to check her equipment. The rest of the group disperses in turn. You now command a team of Shadowrunners. While traveling to new mission locations, you will be able to choose which members of your team to bring and modify your loadout for a run. When members of your team become permanently incapacitated on a mission, they will be automatically extracted for emergency medical care. They will be patched up and ready for action the next time you return to your safe house. Avoid this loss of firepower by always carrying some Umona trauma kits to the field. What happened to Dog Wagon? These can be purchased at the street dog's office in the Kreuzbazaar. Okay. What else? Okay. They don't talk. Actually, I clicked on her, not on him. Anya, you should probably be getting ready for your trip to this castle house. Time is short. I'd like to ask you about another member of the team. If you have questions about your teammates, I'd recommend checking your mission computer. I know that Monica wrote dossiers on each of them. Amsel's voice is sad. She'd be best qualified to tell you about their capabilities anyway. Got a question about the Kreuzbazaar? A little slice of heaven, isn't it? What can I tell you about it? I need to stock up for our next job. As luck would have it, there's a variety of individuals within the Kreuzbazaar who can help you with that. Some are even reputable. What are you looking for? Guns, lots of them. Mil-spec if possible. You want to talk to the battle mags. Metal-bachs. Battle mags. That's actually Medbachs. Maybe they switched the battle mag around a little bit here. To the Medbachs. Old Gunari is a hard man, but he'll cut you a fair deal as long as he treats his people with respect. Look for Romari caravans on the east side of town. Tech, rig, decks, rigs, drones, that kind of thing. There's a little shop down the road that you might want to try. Check out the Data Heaven on the west end of town. The owner ran small jobs for me 7 or 8 years ago. She's well connected and discreet. Well connected and discreet are good. I'll be sure to look her up. Cyberware could use some new chrome. If by decent you mean competent, then yes. Around the corner you will find a clinic called Triage. The owner, Dr. Etzkiewicz, is a cyber surgeon of some renown. He can see to your needs. As long as he knows what he's doing, that's good enough for me. Anything beyond that is none of my business anyway. Very well. Amsel nods his head. Yes, yes, very good. This is probably the healthiest attitude to take about those who supply your community. Magic. Is there a decent talismonger around here? Yes, as it happens, the Kreuzbazaar has been blessed with an excellent talismonger. Search for an unmarked shop with black curtains on the east side of town. The proprietor is a wonderful man who has done much good for the community, and his assistant is quite lovely as well. Wonderful man, lovely assistant, black curtains. Got it. Drugs. I need some combat stims. Amsel lets out a very sigh. Yes, yes. There's a guy. He calls himself Dark Flash, and he's more of a street person than anything. If you're looking for drugs, he's the one you should talk to. He can get you what you need if you're willing to put up with him. One can usually find him crawling around the U-Bahn entrance to the northwest. Caffeine. Where can I get a decent cup of soy caf? As luck would have it, there's an excellent soy caf shop just outside. If you are willing to splash out the proprietor, Mr. Altuburagazzi, still a difficult name, has genuine coffee from his native Turkey. Such luxuries are rare even in Berlin. It's well worth the cost if you can afford it. Very well. If there's anything else you need, or Amsel shifts his gaze down to the papers on his desk, then looks you in the eye. He's for polite to tell you that you're wasting his time, but it doesn't take a genius to figure out what he's thinking. Could you tell me about some of the other people around town? Where to begin? Samuel Beckenbauer is a good man, perhaps a bit xenophobic, but this is to be expected. He stands up for the rights of the goblinoid races, the orcs and the trolls, yes? And they have been more vilified and victimized than any other of the meta-human breeds. What is important is that he is a leader and a healer, and that he helps his people. In the Soykev shop you will find Jan Goldschmidt. I tell you that you will find him there because he never seems to leave the place. Every time I go for a coffee he's there sipping on Soykev. Beyond that I cannot say what I think of the man. He's a jovial sack of fat. Perhaps if you speak to him you can learn something more. Anything else? Where can I sell pay data found on a run? Check the Shadowrun BBS on the mission computer. Monica, she used the bidding service there to sell valuable data. Okay, we still have some data from the last run. Never mind then. That would be this one, I guess. Your workstation and mission computer. The command center for your team's operation and your last link to the memory of Monika Schäfer. Her thoughts and words live on in the machine. At times, it's easy to forget that she's gone. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu fill the screen. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies that you have 0 unread messages. We check the inbox anyway. Read the old messages. Hello, Ace. The screen flickers to life and Monika's face appears. Her hands are on her hips and she's wearing a wise smile. Hey Ace, if you're reading this, it means that I've either died or stepped down. Hopefully the latter, but probably the former. Not many Shadowrunners make it to retirement age. In any case, I'm sure you'll do a fine job in the role. If you need anything, talk to Paul. He's a good man and he knows how important it is to me that you take my place. One last thing, Ace. Iger might cause you some problems. In fact, I think it's a fair bet she already has. Just remember, she brings something to this team that nobody else does. You will want her on your side. My advice to you is this. Hold your own with her. If she pushes you, push back. Don't try to butter her up with flattery, she'll see right through it. Most of all, do what you can to earn her respect. She'll never be satisfied following you if you don't give her a better reason. Two then because Monica said so. I have faith in you, Ace. It's up to you to justify the faith. She half turns away from the camera, then returns her attention to you. The image is uncanny lifelike. And, by the way, Ace, if you botch this, I'm coming back and haunting your ass. I mean that. The message ends, and the image fades. You find yourself back at your inbox. Aww. Assigned to Shadowrun BBS. Search BBS for relevant keywords. Killer in Seattle. Anyone else reading about this? City's got a Lone Star contract and they can't catch the guy. This Emerald City Ripper has been on a spree and so far no one has a clue. Pathetic. If something like this happened on my block, some vigilantes would have tracked him down and stopped him. Shows how good state payroll corps are. Yeah, well, we already dealt with that one. Who says it's a he? They don't have any leads. I'll be in Seattle next week. Forward any info you have about this Ripper and I'll see about taking him out for a date with my Walter MA 2100. I'm sure Lone Star will have a fat reward waiting for whoever blasts the goon. Okay, who is Bloods? I think that's the name. I'm still recovering the logs. This hot dogger just trashed my Landrit hosting server. Sounds like some kid pissed over his cartoons getting cancelled, left a bunch of garbage files all over my discs. I'll be cleaning them up all day. They should make you pass a dump ass test before you're allowed to deck in this town. Step up your security, write some white eyes programs if you can. At least make the kid's hair stand on end for a few hours next time he tries it. Just make sure that your ice is quick. Heavy hitting ice is no good if you can't catch up with an intruder, a fact that I've taken advantage of on a regular basis. Always running, eh? CW? Like clockwork. If you two are finished, I did have eyes on the thing. Tracked the hole down. Grocery store across the street was piggybacking on my land and they left an unsecured checkpoint in a bathroom stall. Old as hell maintenance check in a fuse box and my security ignored it. Mystery solved. Shadowrun isn't your personal tech support board. Glad to see you fixed your own problem. Only way you're going to learn. Post pay data for sale. Attach data to a escrow account. Data will be automatically sold to the highest bidder. Both parties will remain anonymous throughout transaction. We post the antiquities delivery schedule. Posting will remain active for 2 days. Okay. So let's see how much we get from that. Open the job boards directory. View all pending and active jobs. Apparently not. Review notes on completed jobs. Nothing. Access Monica's team personnel files. Watch Monica's entry on Amsel. The image of Monica appears on the screen. Paul, a talented and well-connected fixer with contacts all over Berlin. She pauses for a moment. He's more to me than that, of course, but that's neither here or there. The image swings back off the screen. You find yourself back at the menu. What about Dietrich? Dietrich, one of my dearest friends and a shaman of tremendous power, a good man to have at your side in a fight. I tend to use Dietrich in a support role. His magic can dramatically bolster the combat effectiveness of a frontline fighter like Igor or Gori, but when the chips are down, he's more than capable of dishing out punishment on his own. Can't think of much else to say about Dietrich, just a good, reliable guy. She pauses for a moment. When she speaks again, you can hear a hint of guilt in her voice. He's getting a little long in the tooth for a Shadowrunner. I'm not sure how many more years he has ahead of him in this game, but I'll be happy to run with him for as long as he's able. We'll see, I suppose. Let's take a look at Glory. Glory, our damaged enigma. I've known her for almost 5 years now, but I don't think that I'll ever really know her. Somehow I doubt that anyone will. On an operational level, Glory is solid. The chrome of hers may be old, but she gets the job done. I've seen her taking a troll apart with her hand racers, and when her adrenaline pump is running, she moves faster than anyone I've ever seen. On top of all that, Glory is a competent field medic. I don't know where she learned medicine, yet another question mark, but she's patched me up at least a dozen times. Between her skill with the medkit and Dietrich's magic, we haven't had much trouble with serious injuries, and in our line of work that's a luxury. Monica pauses for a moment and shrugs. That's really all I know about Glory. She keeps to herself, barely talks, and spends most of her off time staring at nothing. I've seen this kind of behavior before, of course. Something bad happened in her past. Deep down, I think she's still running from it, and I'm sure that her cyberware ties into it somehow. I don't know. Maybe someday she'll open up to me. I'd like to think that she will. We'll see, I suppose. Iger. What to say about Iger? She's smart, she's strong, and she's one hell of a soldier. In a close-up fight, I've seen her take apart an entire security team with her shotgun, and she's even more dangerous at range. It's a handy thing having a trained sniper on the team. All in all, we enjoy one hell of an advantage thanks to her. Unfortunately, there are some disadvantages too. All of that military training has left her, how to say it, rigid, I suppose. Unlike the others, Iger isn't competent to go with the flow. She wants lists and maps and timetables. She wants a hierarchy and she wants it formalized. I don't think that she realizes it, but giving her what she wants would destroy this team. Gloria and Dietrich wouldn't put up with it for more than a day or two. I know that I wouldn't, but she keeps on pushing all the same. Monica shakes her head. One of these days the situation is going to come to a head. I just hope that it doesn't happen soon. What do you have to say about Anya? Anya Gillette Laval, my secret weapon. I've run enough with Anya to know that she's trustworthy. Good in a fight too, but beyond all of that, it's just good to see her again. There aren't many people left from the old days, far too few, and Anya, she smiles. Well, she was always the best of them. She takes a deep breath and shakes her head with a sigh. God, that was sappy. Mental note, re-record this before Anya gets a chance to see it. Ha! Too late. At any rate, if anything happens to me, it's good to know that she'll be on hand to fill my shoes. It's not what Iger would want, but it is what would be the best for the team. And I guess that's it, right? We have to take the U-Bahn to a Drogenkippe. We will do that. Oh wait, what's that here? Oh, that's my stash. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Since there's not much to do about managing our Shadowrunners, since our team is very small, we will probably take all of them. Of course, not all. And we will do that in the next video. So thank you very much for watching and see you soon. Bye.